What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Forte, and we are here with another video, but this time we're going to talk about one of my favorite weapons, a weapon that needs no introduction, a weapon that a lot of people thought would be craftable this season because Bungie in one of the latest TWABs said that the 30th anniversary weapons will get a brand new origin trait, and that weapon is none other than the BXR-55 Battler. This is a weapon that a lot of people was hoping to be crafted, and guess what? I have one. I saved a lot of Dares of Eternity keys last season just to be able to have the opportunity to craft this weapon, which will take you a grand total of 4 red boxes in order to do. I got lucky. Hopefully your luck is the same. But the one thing I am very happy to see is the fact that now that I can craft this, I can get the perfect roll that I want for me. And the one thing I want everybody to understand is my God roll is completely different from your God roll. Everybody has their own particular God roll, and sometimes they match up with other people's, but your God roll should be what is good for you and what you can jive with and what you feel like you can be confident in every time you pull the trigger or every time you step in a Crucible match or any type of activity inside of Destiny. So let's just talk about the brand new origin trait first, which is Hot Swap. Switching to this weapon while you are damaged strongly increases its handling for a short duration. It also has a secondary perk for swords where it says gain increased charge speed, guard resist, and guard endurance instead. Now, I do believe that this is going to be an origin trait that a lot of people really don't feel. It's going to be for those people that really feel at one with their weapon and really understand what handling actually feels like inside of Destiny. Most people, let's be for real, they just pick up a controller, they play the game, and you won't really notice the nuances of this. So this will kind of have limited mileage for a lot of people inside of the community. But if you can actually feel what the handling feels like in a weapon where it doesn't feel as sluggish when you're going around turners or just turning or just readying it and stuff like that, then you'll actually understand exactly what this perk is going to do for you when you're taking damage. Now let's talk about the barrel options that I went with on my weapon. I actually had small bore on mine, which gives you increased range, and it also increases the stability. I want as much stability on this weapon as I can possibly get. I also went with ricochet rounds in the second perk because once again, I wanted more range, but I didn't want to sacrifice stability. Now, at one point, I was running steady rounds because that gives you max stability on the weapon and it takes it all the way to 100. By just adding ricochet rounds, it only dropped it to 96, which in my opinion, isn't a big enough difference. I also have Perpetual Motion in the first major slot. This is a staple on any of my pulse rifles where you get bonuses, stability, handling, and reloads while the wielder is in motion. And I am always constantly in motion. I play on a hunter main, and even when I was playing on my other classes, this perk stays procced, and that's something that you don't even have to think about, and you're just inherently getting more stability by playing and running around with this weapon. And then the big perk, the secondary perk that I went with was Elemental Capacitor. The reason I went with this perk is I have this perk also on my Peace of Mind. And the fact that this boosts your stability all the way to, like I said, max 100 if you're using steady rounds. And if you're using ricochet rounds, you're getting 96. I just like the way that you could customize this perk by playing with different subclasses. When you're playing on Solar, you get reload speed. If you're playing on your Arc subclass, you're getting increased handling. If you're playing on Void, you're getting more stability. And then you get moderate recoil direction, increased movement speed when you're aiming down sight if you're playing on Stasis. That is huge for me. And like I said, I just want as much stability on this weapon as possible. And sure, sometimes your aim can still be a little off. There is still a little bit of flinch, but I just like the fact that if you're flinching somebody and they try to flinch you back, your flinch isn't going to be as exaggerated as it is someone else when they're shooting at you because you're a little bit more accurate and your gun isn't bouncing like 2/4 of an inch off of the target's head every time you pull the trigger. That is something that I think a lot of people don't take into consideration when it comes to weapons like this. Now, just because these are the perks that I went with, and this is so far my personal God roll, and this could change over the course of me unlocking more perks on this gun because I haven't even gotten to the enhanced perks yet. And as of right now, I see that a lot of people are using Kill Clip, Outlaw, Perpetual Motion, Kill Clip. And Kill Clip is definitely a really good perk to have on this gun. You definitely get more bang for your buck on that perk. But the biggest thing that I want people to understand is, like I said, your God roll or my God roll doesn't have to be the same, and everybody's gun can work in the confines of what they wanted to work in. But ultimately, guys, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the BXR being craftable. Tell me what your particular God roll, what you are specifically going for when it comes to crafting this weapon, and what you want to see and what are you valuing as perks the most. Tell me down in the comment section about that. Also, please hit the like button, hit the sub button. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. You guys have been blowing it up on the likes over the last few days, and let's do the same thing on this video. And like I always tell you, if you really like the video, share with all your friends on social media. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. I really appreciate you guys. You guys have a great week. I will see you in the next video, probably in 24 hours. And as always, have a good day.